Tonight on Wrestle WreMarks, Sol Ruca shocks the world.
Roman Reigns survived Tribal Combat, and now he wants Jey Uso to bring another top title to the Bloodline.
Ooh. Oba Femi takes Brock Lesnar's best shot and is now eyeing the King of the Ring.
And Paul Heyman gets speared through the barricade.
Oh man, that was weird. Plus, Lola Vice is setting the road to Great American Bash, and Zarya is putting everybody on notice heading into that.
We've got a lot to cover.
So let's get into it.
This is Wrestle WreMarks.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, marks of all ages, welcome back to the Wrestle WreMarks. It's Chris here.
And I'm Pat.
And you already know what time it is.
It's
time!
It's
time!
It's
Newswire
time!
And this week, the Newswire is stacked, but the episode itself is stacked too. We got SmackDown, Clash in Italy, Raw, and NXT. So we're not camping out on every headline.
Hit the big stories, keep the big energy, and save room for the shows.
Exactly. Now let's run the wire. We'll start with another legal side of WWE. They're just in so much legal trouble now.
I guess so.
Well, because the lawsuit, this isn't the same lawsuit we were talking about last week. This is a lawsuit over premium live event access through ESPN streaming's platform, of course. It took another turn. The case accuses WWE of deceptive marketing tied to PLE access on ESPN Unlimited, The complaint is basically that some fans who already paid for ESPN through cable or another subscription still allegedly had to buy the additional monthly subscription to watch WWE premium live events.
And fans do not like feeling like they paid more than once. Then got hit with the surprise fee.
Oh, you know those surprise fees. You see those on phone bill.
Yeah.
Everything. But anyway, the fans are trying to dispute this. WWE is trying to dispute it and move it towards arbitration. We're not turning this into any kind of law school thing here or anything, but the bigger point is simple, is that WWE keeps moving premium live events between platforms and bundles. Fans want to know exactly what they're paying for. Speaking of premium live events, now freaking NXT has their premium live events on CW, which we'll see Bash at the Beach happen, which we'll get into as well. Or Great American Bash, excuse me.
Yeah, Bash at the Beach, that sounds good too. And fans do not... Oh, sorry, I read that already. That's all people want. Just say it clearly before the checkout button, you know?
And it's understandable. People were told that once they had, ESPN, they'd access it through their cable provider, but not all cable providers
are doing that,
including mine, which is YouTube TV. They are going to integrate it later this year. I keep on hearing that, but I haven't seen any kinds of integration just yet. Hopefully it does happen here soon. But I mean, if the other places aren't offering it, I don't know if you can really stand on that, because that's your provider that's not offering it.
Exactly.
We're just here to report the news, and that's all we know.
Yep.
Now, sticking with TV and streaming, SmackDown is reportedly going back to 2 hours at the end of June.
Good. 3 hour Raw and 3 hour SmackDown in the same week is a commitment. That's not watching wrestling, that's clocking in. Seriously. Seriously. It's like a full-time job, and then to come over here and do the podcast on top of that.
The June 26th episode is reportedly the final 3 hour SmackDown before the show returns to the traditional 2 hour format. And honestly, SmackDown 2 hours usually feels tighter.
It does.
And with less filler, better pace, and more urgency.
Yeah, 2 hours is the sweet spot.
We've been saying this since Raw went to 3 hours.
Or growing up in an era where Raw starts at 7 and ends at 10:05. I got school tomorrow, dog.
But I mean, it's understandable. Their roster is huge, so I understand that from that standpoint. But when you're not featuring that many people, then you can cut it down.
Yeah.
They did say that it might be a 6 months on, 6 months off thing. So we might have 6 months of 2 hour SmackDowns, and then the next 6 months will be 3 hour SmackDowns and so on. But all that remains to be seen, and we'll find out more down the road. Now, Logan Paul also underwent surgery after tearing his tricep at Saturday night's main event. Doctors reportedly gave him a 6-month recovery window, but Logan believes he'll be back sooner.
And somehow he still turned the injury update into a prime ad. I literally just saw that he was talking about that he's been feeling weird, like he's in the best shape of his life, and it just kind of feels like he's out of place. But I'm like, dude, you're a wrestler now.
Yeah,
like,
you're not used to being away from the spotlight.
Exactly.
You're not used to being away from the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's what Logan Paul does. He's always trying to make, not a prime ad, but he's always trying to promote his stuff.
Oh yeah.
And seriously though, that injury could affect the vision and the tag team title picture, especially with Bron Breakker already being pushed so hard. And then now he has to get thrown into a tag title picture all of a sudden.
Yeah.
But speaking of Bron, Rhea Ripley was asked which WWE star she'd invest all her money into. And of course, she picked Bron Breakker.
Oh, she ain't wrong though.
No, she's not. Not at all. Bron has the power, the speed, the family name, and now Paul Heyman connection. WWE clearly sees him as a future face of the company.
And after all, we'll have plenty to say about the whole situation.
Oh, absolutely. Another possible return story, Enzo Amore, which we talked about last week. Apparently, according to Dave Meltzer, he's expected to be in NXT soon. Now, Big Bill, formerly Big Cass, is a little less clear, but with his AEW deal reportedly coming up, they said either the end of this month or last month or the beginning of this month. So there's possibility for a reunion there. When we'll see it, it remains to be seen. I don't think they should, if that is the case, I don't think they should throw Enzo on there first. They could throw Enzo in NXT first. People start gaining up on him. Boom, Big Cass comes out.
True. Well, either way, love him or hate him, Enzo in NXT, we'll get a reaction, bada boom, realest guy in the room.
How you doing?
Couple haters.
Yeah, that act was over. The question is whether this is nostalgia, a real run, or a spark for the tag division. In AEW business news, there's been a lot of talk about Warner Bros. Discovery and Paramount Skydance merger and what that could mean for AEW's future. But reports suggest Tony Khan is actually excited about the possibilities, and there may not be anything blocking AEW from continuing that relationship after the merger, because many people speculated, well, UFC is on Paramount. Are they going to try and blackball AEW out of their deal because it's TKO and so on and so forth? But that doesn't seem to be the case. I think Paramount also came out and said UFC works for us, we don't work for them.
Exactly.
So
we work with them. We don't work for tripping. So the internet doom machine may have jumped early.
Imagine that. That's how it usually goes.
Yeah.
TNA could also have a big summer contract story because Mike Santana now, his deal is almost up. It's reported that it's going to expire in July, and he's currently the TNA champ. A
world champion hitting free agency is always spicy, especially.
Yeah. Especially because he's Hispanic, right?
No. I didn't even know you were going there.
But especially with WWE and TNA working together now, that door is open.
Oh yeah.
And in indie wrestling, Big Damo
gang
and Nikki Storm,
gang.
WWE fans know them as Killian Dane and Nikki Cross, have acquired Progress and Defy Wrestling, as we previously reported. Damo did have a interview with Cultaholic, said that it was not in his bingo card. He did not expect this to come across. Him and Nikki were contemplating what they're going to do next after she left. Surprisingly, shortly thereafter, James Abnir, who is with Progress, I think he's one of the main guys in the fray as well, he contacted them and he talked to Nikki, and this was like almost right after her release.
Yeah.
So they figured they'd jump on that. You know, they said that their goal is to make Progress the #1 independent promotion on the planet. And I can see it with their great minds and just their ability to teach people as well.
Yeah, there's a big swing, but I love wrestlers thinking about the future of the business, of course.
Yeah, because you always got to think about it.
Yeah, keep that business moving.
AEW also released Rebel Heart merchandise to support Rebel after her ALS diagnosis, with profits going to ALS organizations, sending nothing but love and strength out there to Rebel.
Yes, we sure are. That's bigger than wrestling.
Now some quick hits before we move on. Sol Ruca named Io Sky, Charlotte Flair, Bianca Belair, and Rhea Ripley as her women's Mount Rushmore. And she says that Charlotte is now her dream singles match, so we could see that happen here soon. What do you think about that?
I don't like her list.
I figured. That's
like,
why I put it in.
they ain't no legends on there, dog. But I mean, she's young and she only knows what she's exposed to.
Yeah, exposed to, and she's a D1 athlete herself, so she's not really into it like that, but fell in love with it as she.
No Gail Kim, no Awesome Kong, no China, no.
I mean, the only exposure to Awesome Kong I'd expect she had is that time that she cried in front of all the divas.
True.
And that was stupid.
True.
And I remember going and like, damn, she's there. She's gonna whoop some ass. She's gonna tear this.
I'm pregnant.
And then, yeah.
Dang. It was Ron Simmons who need him. Damn.
Yep. And it's too bad. But anyways, let's move forward. Gunther says he has no interest in a manager. They asked him if he should have someone like i.e. over Paul Heyman or whatever. He says no because he trusts his own gut. And that's exactly the kind of answer you want to hear from someone like Gunther.
Yeah.
But Cody Rhodes also explained that Jimmy Noble helped him develop the Crossroads. So though he was the first person that said do this, he did it. And now the Crossroads is synonymous with Cody Rhodes. But the 3 in a row version came from him just feeding off the crowd's energy, which I still don't care for.
Yeah, so, I mean, I could have put him down with the first one. Might as well do another 2.
He said he felt the crowd, so he decided to do it, and it became a thing since then. Now, AJ Styles said he would like to open an invite-only wrestling school or
Sign me up. Sign me up.
He has to invite you.
Shoot.
Sign me up.
I'm pulling up. Uninvited.
Oh, man.
I came with him.
You'd imagine that's going to be a way to kind of get their foot into the indie door for WWE, because then he'll be kind of giving them a whole training seminar and then being like, oh, this guy's good. Kind of like scouting talent.
Yeah.
And Chad Gable is now launching a 9-part documentary on his recovery from injury. He announced this after Noche de los Grandes. We don't have this on here, so in which he lost and had to remove the mask.
I never thought of was Chad Gable in a day in my life.
The way that blood was streaming down his face, man, give the man a towel.
For real.
Come on.
He's like, no, I want to sit here. I earned this.
Buddy Matthews is apparently working his way back from injury and hopes to be clear soon. We heard that from Rhea Ripley in Stephanie's podcast. What is it called again? I wanted to say, what do you want to talk about? Whatever.
What's
Stephanie's
your story?
podcast. What's your story? There you go. And also, Nikita Lyons is reportedly staying in NXT and Evolve for now, not being rushed to Raw. A lot of people were speculating because she's been showing up in dark matches on Raw and dark matches. I believe she also had one on SmackDown. So people were speculating she's going to the main roster. They're saying no, she's going to stay in NXT and Evolve for now, especially because she's on LFG the new season. So we'll see where that goes for her. NXT Great American Bash is coming June 28th to the CW. And I'm excited to see that they brought back Great American Bash. I really wish it was just a regular PLE that you had to pay for.
Yeah, true.
I guess the CW is paying big money for it, I would assume. Now AEW Grand Slam Mexico is set for August 5th at Arena in Mexico. And Cody Rhodes wants WWE to run a show on a decommissioned aircraft carrier a la Yokozuna. You know? He said it.
Seriously? This man's trying to do an air cruise?
He's trying to be on the Lex Express. Well, he does have the Cody Express.
Oh, yeah, he does.
He's already got one of them.
It's ridiculous, but...
But it is ridiculous in the exact way that wrestling should be.
Of course.
I mean, I can see this happen.
Yeah, me too. If Cody Rhodes gets WWE on an aircraft carrier, I need a helicopter entrance and Gunther standing there disgusted by the ocean.
Could you imagine if he did come out?
He's gonna make the ocean tap out like a little.
That would be a great visual. Seeing Gunther sitting there in the ring, Cody coming in a helicopter on a
with that stupid ass helmet. My wife was like, "Oh, that's so cool! Like this is the dumbest I've ever seen in my life."
I mean, you think that, but
I mean, some of them look cool, but I'm like, it's overkill, Cody.
Obviously, your wife thought it was cool. My kids think it's cool.
Kudos to her.
It's for everybody.
It works.
It works for everybody.
Yes.
But that was your news wire. Now let's get moving from the headlines to the shows, starting with SmackDown. But we're going to keep this one tight because, you know, by the time we record this, which is Wednesday night, SmackDown was freaking a week ago almost.
Yeah.
but we won't stay too long on SmackDown since we have so much to do. So
plus we gotta watch the Spurs kick the Knicks' butt.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
It's gonna start here in a few. So.
All right, so let's hurry up.
Let's get to it. SmackDown from Barcelona was really the final table setter for a clash in Italy. The show opened with Jade Cargill, B-Fab, and Michin, and Jade was in full I do what I want mode, you know, a la Eric Cartman. Whatever. But Rhea Ripley came out and reminded Jade that when it was just the two of them at WrestleMania, Rhea beat her. No, there were the non-friends then joined the conversation. And Alexa had one of the best lines of the night, I want to say. She told Jade that she had the ego of a legend, but the resume of a rookie.
That one landed.
That one hit hard.
Get fire on them one time.
Nick Aldis made Jade versus Alexa on the spot. Cargill won with the Jaded, but the bigger moment came after the match when she planted Alexa on the steel chair.
Yeah, that made Jade feel dangerous going into the clash.
Exactly, and Flair, she made it clear to Ripley if she couldn't handle Jade, she would, because Cargill has a receipt coming. We also got more Rhodes, Zayn, and Gunther tension. Sammy wanted Cody to apologize for hitting him with the crossroads the week before, but Cody wasn't hearing it. Zayn kept on leaning towards this idea of him being the last real guy, or real good guy, excuse me.
Yeah, and anytime somebody keeps telling you they're the only good guy left, that usually means they're about to do something really questionable. Cross was right. It's a work. TikTok.
Just count it. But that's what people are expecting. They've been expecting this from Sammy ever since he started, you know, kind of turning loose. You see those gears rolling in his head. You see that he's starting to lose it a little more and more every week. Talking to Gargano. Gargano don't even know what the hell he's talking about because he's in trance. But
I don't need it.
But that makes you think and wonder, are him and Gargano going to end up just running roughshod all of a sudden?
Yeah.
Anyway, Sammy later beat Matt Cardona, but that win didn't really fix anything. He still felt disrespected, still felt betrayed, and still felt like he was spiraling. Then next up, The Miz lost to Axiom after the lights kept flickering and Danhausen continued to mess with him.
Miz blaming the lights, custom Danhausen, Nick Aldis, of building everybody but himself.
Of course, because that's what The Miz does, right?
Yeah. Well, he's cursed. What does he expect?
I mean, he said he don't believe in him, but
I can't tell.
Clearly, there's one.
Like what's under the little tarp thing? He keeps telling Nick I was not to touch.
True. The MFTs also beat Priest and Royce Keys after Solo Sikoa got involved, which kept the Priest and R-Truth tag situation messy. Trick Williams declared himself for the King of the Ring. Carmelo Hayes told him that was grown folk business, and he's little talk. And Ricky Saints got involved, of course, because Ricky can't keep his mouth shut. Came out, and Melo and Ricky had a match later. They fought to a double countout with Melo standing tall afterward.
And Trick just gets to sit back and be the United States champion while these two keep beating the crap out of each other.
Exactly.
Wearing lemon pepper steppers.
And then next thing you know, Chelsea Green also stole a win over Nia Jax after Tiffany Stratton hit Nia with the Women's United States Championship.
Yeah, Tiffany basically said, we're not friends, but I still hate them more.
For real, because she told Chelsea she wasn't going to be by her side. Then next thing you know, there she is.
Yeah.
She pops up. But I guess because Lash was there, she had to save face.
Yeah, true.
But yeah, that's perfectly put. And the strongest segment of the night was, of course, Cody Rhodes and Gunther face-to-face. Gunther called Cody an entitled, narcissistic, and a mark for himself. Rhodes fired back, calling Gunther a liar, saying Gunther acts like he doesn't want the attention, the spotlight, and the pressure of being WWE champion, but he clearly does. Then Gunther promised Cody he would choke him out and take the championship.
That sold the match. Clean, personal, and direct.
So SmackDown did its job. Jay looked dangerous. Cody and Gunther heated up even more. Sammy keeps slipping. Trick entered King of the Ring, and so did Melo. And Chelsea stole one from Nia. Now we move to the show SmackDown was building towards. Of course, I'm talking about Clash in Italy. Clash in Italy was a tight card, and the best way to cover it is simple. What changed? Cody Rhodes retained the undisputed WWE Championship against Gunther, but not without controversy. Gunther tried to make good on his promise to choke Cody out, but Cody just kept coming back, and Gunther kept locking in that sleeper. Rhodes kept surviving. Next thing you know, eventually Cody hits the Cody Cutter and running lariat with the crossroads to retain. But after the match, Gunther was furious because his foot was right up under the rope the whole time at the bottom of the rope. It even hit the rope at one point. When Cody lifted it up.
So Cody wins by screwing Gunther, but Gunther has an argument at least.
Yeah, and that leaves Rhodes is champion, but Gunther feeling robbed. And of course, that feud is now far from over. I would imagine we see maybe 2 more matches with them at the most. I would imagine Gunther does take it eventually.
Yeah.
I would think at least on the second match. But I mean, who knows? Maybe Cody's going to turn heel because Cody saw that foot. He looked that way. And he's been doing these little things here and there for months now.
And you got to get it how you get it.
I mean, that's right. You ain't trying.
You ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
Yeah, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. That's what I was about to say. There you go. But next up, Rhea Ripley also retained the WWE Women's Championship against Jade Cargill. Jade looked powerful and dangerous, but Rhea survived and found a way. B-Fab and Michin got involved. Unfortunately, they couldn't put that leg on the rope very well. Charlotte evened the odds and did it right. And both women had moments where outside involvement just kept the match alive.
It's all right, because neither could Paul Heyman on Raw this week.
Yeah, I saw that.
So Jade lost, but she did not get embarrassed.
Nope, and that's how it should go with the powerhouse talent. Rhea retained with the Riptide, Jade stayed dangerous, and Charlotte is now fully circling that title picture. Then, Brock Lesnar got his revenge against Oba Femi.
Barley.
Brock attacked Oba before the bell and came in like a man who remembered Oba had already beaten him once. He was just trying to plow through him because I guess he was just trying to catch him off guard because that was the best way he could get that dub.
Yeah.
He hit multiple F5s,
7,
Kimura, and an F5 through the announce table. Brock just threw everything at Oba, but he kept getting up.
Yeah, that's the key. Brock won, but Oba survived enough to stay a monster.
Exactly. Brock wins. The series is tied now, 1-1, and a rematch is inevitable. The biggest title change of the night, though, came when Sol Ruca defeated Becky Lynch to become the new Women's Intercontinental Champion.
That is star power making. That's a star power making win right there.
Absolutely. Becky gave the championship credibility as she held it and talked about how she was the best, and Bleacher Report says it, and everybody says it, and
we say it.
Sports Illustrated says it, and so gives it a new energy. Beating Becky Lynch for the title on a PLE tells the audience that Sol is not just the future, she is the now. And in the main event, Roman Reigns survived Jacob Fatu in tribal combat to retain the World Heavyweight Championship. They fought all over the building with tables, steps, exposed steel, and everything else. Jacob looked like a wild animal, but Roman got more desperate and ruthless as the match went on. Roman survived a mighty moonsault, used the exposed steel, hit the low blow during the kickout, speared Fatu through a table, and finished him with the crisscross spear. After the match, the Usos came out, and Jey gave Roman the falafel.
I knew you were gonna say that because I was thinking.
I love that, man.
Yeah, that was the major. That was the major image as Jacob reluctantly fell in line.
Huge, but then the MFTs appeared in the crowd. Solo shook his head.
Dun 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 dun.
As Jacob left with the Bloodline. So Roman retains, Sol is champion, Rhea survives Jade, Brock evens the score, and Cody keeps the title with controversy. Now, the real fallout came when we hit Raw. Raw opened with Roman Reigns acknowledging the ceremony.
Roman Reigns.
Roman came out with the Usos and tells Turin to acknowledge him. But the immediate question is, where is Jacob Fatu? He eventually comes out, and this was interesting because Fatu did acknowledge Roman. He said that he knew what the consequences were at Clash. He knew what would happen if he won or lost. And he took the loss like a man in front of his children, showing that he is a man of his word, taking that knee and acknowledging the tribal chief. But makes one thing very clear. He stands back up. He says he lost to Roman, but I ain't lose to you, Jey.
I'm glad because Jey over here smiling like a smack that smile off your face. Yeet.
Yeet that smile off your face.
Exactly. You know, Roman wants both ends of the tables covered.
Yeah. But that Yeet man wants Jacob to bow down too.
Yes.
So that tells you, you know, Roman tells Jacob, you don't understand this right now, but I love you. And later tells Jey to stay on Jacob. So clearly there's going to be something there.
Oh, yeah.
Because you know Fatu ain't going to fall in line behind Jey.
Exactly.
Then he goes on and says that Jacob needs tough love. Also tells Jey a bigger mission. He tells him to go win King of the Ring, go to SummerSlam, and take Cody Rhodes' undisputed WWE Championship.
Yeah, but what about Jimmy?
Exactly.
He said stay with me, but no. He couldn't even hang being a world champion, bro.
Is this where Jimmy starts to, you know, fall with Fatu, and they start to fall at the seams from the inside out?
Yeah, I think that's why Jacob fell in line.
Maybe. Now he has the world title, and Jey is is trying to bring Cody's title to the family. When we got the first King of the Ring match, it was Oba Femi versus Penta versus Carmelo Hayes versus Solo Sikoa. And when I saw this, I was like, oh, damn.
Okay, so...
Oh, damn. So my man Carmelo ain't going nowhere.
Yeah,
So my man Penta ain't going nowhere.
I didn't even know Oba was in the match till his music came out. And I was like, oh, so... Because I told my wife, I was like, oh, Solo's going to win. And then Oba... I'm like, nah, never mind. Sorry.
This is exactly what Oba needed after losing to Brock. Oba came out angry with that energy. You know, he wrecked everybody, survived the numbers game, fought through the MFT involvement, and won with a fall from grace. I loved how he kept selling that arm.
Oh, yeah.
There were some times where I saw he forgot to, and then he was like, oh. You know? But he knows to keep that in there. Those little things are what matters. Then after the match, Oba cuts a promo on Brock. He says Brock asks what Oba would do after taking a whooping, after taking a beat down and taking 7 F5s. His answer, he's still standing, he's still winning, and he is still here.
That was a perfect response. Nothing more, nothing less.
Exactly. Oba advances, calls Brock a coward, and reminds him they're still tied 1-1. Sol Ruca also had her first Raw moment as Women's Intercontinental Champion. The crowd met her with "You deserve it" chants. Sol thanked the fans, gave Becky credit for testing her, but made it clear this is not just a nice moment. She said the title deserves a fighting champion, and if anyone underestimates her like Becky did, they already know how it ends.
Yeah, that's
she's snatching souls.
Yeah, that's the right tone. Grateful, but not surprised.
Exactly. Later, we had Lyra Valkyria congratulating Sol, and Sol offered her a title match because Lyra was the first woman to hold that championship.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably the perfect first defense for her because their styles probably clash very well. So I'll be excited to see that. But Bayley was standing there also, and she was like, well, you know, I thought we were all about the tag team titles. What happened there?
Yeah, that little look from Bayley matters. Lyra's attention shifted real quick when singles gold came up. I mean, she couldn't fight for the belt as long as Becky had it anyway. So
yeah, so now Sol gave her that shot, but now you see Bayley's wheels turning.
Mm-hmm.
Are we gonna see heel Bayley again? I hope so.
Nah, I want heel Lyra. I like face Bayley.
I love heel Bayley. And she better bring the ding dong hello door back.
She needs to talk more crap to Michael Cole.
Yes, I used to love that. Now Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee beat Ethan Page and Rusev in a tag match, but the bigger story was Adam Pearce making Penta versus Rey Mysterio official for the Intercontinental Championship.
Yeah, that match definitely says itself.
It does because, you know, Penta, long-standing luchador, Rey, one of the best luchadors to ever do it.
It really is more of a deadbeat dad to me, but I mean...
El Grande Americano is the best luchador ever.
No, it's Dominic Mysterio.
Oh. Well, where's Grande at?
I mean, he's number 2.
You said he was number 1 last week.
Well, I forgot about Dom.
Yeah, but no explanation needed for that match. That one, like you said, sells itself. Next thing we know, we got LA Knight then confronted Adam Pearce because he thinks Pearce is giving Roman Reigns special treatment. He said that he goes to Roman Reigns when LA has to come and find him. Knight also joked about Pearce feeling oozy. He said, "You feeling oozy?" What did he say? It ain't 2019 anymore or something like that.
I think so, yeah.
So, something to that extent.
He was cooking.
But he accused him of wanting Roman to stay heavyweight champion. Pearce said he's not playing favorites. He's just trying to keep the family blood in line.
Yeah, that makes Pearce sound like he's a GM and more like a man babysitting a dynasty.
Exactly, and LA Knight isn't buying it at all. He says, screw that oofalafel.
Oofalafel.
On the Queen of the Ring side, Io Sky defeated Roxanne Perez, Julia, and Lash Legend to advance. It's been a minute since we've seen Julia, and then here she comes popping up in a multi-women match and just loses.
I mean, I'm kind of pissed Lash Legend lost this match.
Yeah, that's just like Nia losing.
Yeah, who beat her? I forget.
That was Chelsea because of.
That was bad.
Tiffany.
I'm not bad, but
I mean, understandable. At least there was some interference.
Yes.
Here there wasn't.
No.
But they're gonna make that argument that it was a multi-person match. It makes it a little harder.
True.
But Lash always brings the power. Roxanne brought the attitude. Julia brought the intensity, and Io found the moment. She hit her over the moonsault, and she moves on.
Io advancing instantly gives that tournament credibility.
Yeah, because, I mean, if you're going to have somebody on there, you might as well have a former champion and someone who has been a veteran of the game for as long as she has. We also got Maxine Dupree feeling overlooked after being left out of Queen of the Ring. And Alpha Academy noticed that she's been spending some time with Austin Theory.
I mean, I would too if my boyfriend was a lame wrestler like Cam.
Oh my God, that is messed up.
I'm just a fan. That sounds like trouble to me, though.
It definitely does. And in Judgment Day, Roxanne Perez was frustrated after losing, while Liv Morgan was already talking about getting fitted for her crown. Raquel had to tell Liv to read the room because, everybody was upset.
Yeah, Liv trying to be supportive while making it about Liv is very Liv. So what does she need the crown for if she's a champion?
Because she wants to take all of it. Yeah, I will laugh if it happens. But next week in Paris, Seth Rollins faces Javon Evans, Ricky Saints, and Tala Tonga for the King of the Ring action. I gotta say, I miss just the brackets.
Yeah,
just one-on-one.
I just don't think there's enough time. I'm sure that this pay-per-view is smack dab in the middle of the month or at the end of the month.
Yeah, at least give us something,
Yeah.
Like, I don't care for these multi-person matches, and then we get into the one-on-one.
I mean, I think if we have a pay-per-view every 2 months, which makes no sense because it's a 2-month build to SummerSlam from May to August. So, but I wish there was like a 2-month break between PLEs.
I mean, that's not gonna happen.
I know it's not,
especially with. They run multiple promotions now, so you're always gonna have PLE either way, even if they did break them up like that. You'd still have AAA having a pay-per-view or NXT having a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
So, I don't mind it as long as these cards matter.
Yeah, true.
Because sometimes you get those throwaway pay-per-view cards that you're like,
Yeah.
But I'll watch it to see how the story goes.
True.
Then we got the main event with Seth Rollins versus Bron Breakker. Bron looked like a monster. Seth had to fight from underneath. The Vision got involved, as they do. Austin Theory interfered. Montez Ford came out to even things up. Heyman saved Bron by putting his foot on the rope after a curb stomp. Then everything just went sideways. Breakker accidentally speared the hell out of Paul Heyman through that barricade.
Yeah.
And I love the way Heyman took it because it looked like a guy that was trying to run away from him. Like, oh,
yeah.
crap.
Oh.
Yeah, and then still ate it.
I don't know if he saw it, he just laid there. It was funny. But that was great and a huge visual, bro.
Yeah, it was a massive visual. The way that whole thing came apart was great. I gotta say, the one on Clash in Italy had me pop because they squashed the hell out of those security guards.
Oh, yeah. That was good.
That one was hilarious. That made it seem more unpredictable.
Yeah.
Like, oh, damn, they didn't even know that was going to happen,
Yeah.
But Bron got furious, went after Seth again. Seth used the title like a shield, which reminded me of Bret Hart with the little thing with Goldberg.
Yeah.
He hits the curb stomp to win. So Seth beats Bron Breakker, still looks like a killer. Heyman gets wiped out, and the Vision looks a little shaky now.
For a second, I thought that said Shanky. Like,
no, Veer's not here. He's never coming here. Veer
I think he's a
Shanky.
priest now or something like that. I heard.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Like a Buddhist monk or something like that, or a priest or something. Yeah. Cool. But yeah.
He used to play for the San Diego Padres.
Oh, bet.
Wrestling.
Bet.
Now, let's move on to the NXT, which is the show we normally close with. Freshest show of the week just happened yesterday.
Yes, sir.
As we're recording. NXT opened up with Saria versus Lizzie Rain. And this was a strong way to start it because immediately fed into that women's North American title picture. Zarya came out throwing rain around, but Lizzie kept fighting back with quick offense, roll-ups, and big bursts of energy. Tatum Paxley came down on commentary, and that gave the whole match another layer because Zarya kept talking trash and staring her down.
Yeah, Zarya looked like she wasn't just trying to win, she was trying to send Tatum a message.
Exactly. Lizzie had some good moments, but Zarya eventually hit the spear and an F5 to win. Then after the match, Zarya tried to hit Lizzie with another F5, but Tatum made the save. Paxley finally says if Zarya wants the title that bad, she can have a match next week.
And of course, Zarya jumps Tatum backstage and F5s her into a fencing wall.
Oh man, that looked brutal. But next week we're going to have them. Tatum versus Zarya. That's the kind of simple wrestling build that works. Challenger looks dangerous, eggs on the champion, and takes it too far. Next up, we had the Culling that had a rough night. Before their match, Izzy Dane told Sean Spears and Nico Vance that the Culling doesn't make excuses. And tonight was about finishing what they started with, or against OTM. But OTM jumped them during their entrance, and when the match finally settled, OTM came out with the win after a double Samoan drop.
This looks so beautiful.
Yeah.
I love it. The Culling keeps talking like a dangerous unit, but the results are not matching the speeches.
No, they're not.
Because they don't get it out the mud, dog.
And that's the problem, too. Like, now you got Dame and Vance seem to be looking at Spears sideways after losing. So we got some little seeds planted there. Then we got Tate Wilder versus Jackson Drake. Tate was warned earlier by EK Prosper to slow down, right? Fight smart and not rush through his moments, but Tate wants to stand out. He wants his first win and he wants to take chances. He kind of sounds like the younger talent when they're going too fast,
Yeah.
too much at once. I wonder if that's where they got this whole story from.
Yeah.
It kind of seems like it.
Sorry.
You're good.
And that's exactly what gets him in trouble.
And it has been the last 2 weeks, right?
Yeah.
He kept on trying to go back up to the top, and then something would happen. He would mess up, or they would get up. Like, you gotta seize the moment whenever they're down.
Yes, sir.
But Tate I still like his offense. He's pretty nice, but I don't know if I'm behind his character just yet. He doesn't seem to have much character build yet, but we'll see what he can do further down the line because, man, he still couldn't get the victory. Tate fought hard. He had hit some big offense, had his moments where it looked like he might pull it off, but Vanity Project got involved. Of course, Mika Lockwood powerbombed him into the post, their insurance policy, and Jackson Drake hit the 450 splash to win. So Tate is still searching for his first victory, and now Keanu Carver is telling him that he has a death wish because he kind of got into it with Carver in the back as well.
Not that dude's a bully. I don't like him. Tate feels like a guy who's talented but pressing too hard.
Yeah, you need to.
He needs to take off them. He needs to take off them Hardy Boy pants too.
He reminds me of someone, and I just can't put my finger on him.
I gotta look at him again because I feel that same thing too.
Every time I look at him, I'm like, dude, this guy reminds me of somebody. But anyway, that's how it usually leads. It's to either a breakthrough or a breakdown. And the NXT women's title scene also took center stage with Lola Vice. Lola came out draped up in her titles, and she said that she doesn't do easy nights. She doesn't do excuses, and whoever steps up is going to leave embarrassed.
Dang.
Kalani Jordan came out and demanded her title shot. She pointed out that Lola went to AAA and built her stock and got praised. But when Kalani went to TNA and became Knockouts champion, she got questioned and kicked out of the locker room at one point.
Well, I mean, she's making a strong argument.
I mean, Same thing that Lola's doing. Except, I mean, I guess they don't own TNA, but still. She says that she's done asking and now she's demanding. I believe she's beat Lola once, right?
Yes.
So she also brought that up as well. Then Kendall Gray comes out and reminds everybody that she won the Iron Survivor, pinning both Lola and Kalani. So Lola cuts through the argument and makes it Kalani versus Kendall next week, with the winner facing her at the Great American Bash. But the segment ends in chaos because Kalani grabs the title. Lola goes for the 305 and accidentally clocks the hell out of Kendall Gray.
Oh, so now Kendall has a reason to be mad at both of them.
Exactly. Kalani and Kendall fight next week, but Lola may just have things made things a little more complicated for herself because now she has more people coming after her. We also got Lexis King defending the WWE Speed Championship against Romeo Moreno. Romeo came close. Noam Dar was in his corner, and he had some strong near falls, but Lexis survived and retained with the coronation.
Yeah, Lexis King keeps finding ways to hold on to that speed title. Talk about my boy. That boy is working. He got it all now. The look, he got the charisma down. The fans behind him.
I'm hoping he makes it to the main roster.
Me too.
Soon,
he will.
He's been in NXT for some time. He was in AEW for quite some time. Picked up a few things, but since he's been in NXT,
he's paying his dues right now. Yeah,
more and more. I'm gonna be excited to see what they decide to do with him once he makes it to that main roster. But he's also getting annoying every week because that's how it's supposed to.
Yeah,
it's supposed to go, which means it's working. Dark State had a chaotic night themselves. Their match with Miles Bourne and Tavion Heights got postponed because Saquon Sugars attacked Cutler James with a lead pipe during their entrance. Then Dark State barged into Robert Stone's office. Osiris Griffin was looking for Saquon. Jasper Troy got involved, and Deion Lennox attacked Jasper Troy with the chair. Dark State beat him down in Stone's office and left Stone's office a mess.
Yeah, Robert Stone had the worst night in the building.
Yeah, he's going to have to clean up after all that and then make some matches too.
Mm-mm-mm.
Eventually, Dark State faced Miles Bourne and Tavion Heights. Bourne and Heights were not exactly on the same page in this one. Miles kept saying this was just a one-night reunion because he still got to defend that title. And you could see the miscommunication throughout the whole match. You would hear Bourne call for Miles or Miles call for Bourne, and it's just like...
Maybe Miles didn't hear him.
Oh, man. Dark State eventually won with the Doomsday device. After the match, though, Saquon appeared on the LFG podium and stared through Dark State.
So Dark State wins, but Saquon is still the storm cloud over the whole group.
Exactly. There's a lot of violence happening in that orbit. Then the main event was Tony D'Angelo defending his NXT championship against your favorite, everybody's favorite, Showtime, Cam Hendricks. Cam came out and it was lights, cam, action from there. He hits the Showtime kick, trying to steal the match early. He talked all night like this was his moment. Like, everybody was just lucky to witness it.
Yeah, Cam's confidence is at an all-time high. I don't know why.
But Tony D is still champ for a reason. Cam had control at points, but Tony kept fighting back with that power and just that street fight energy he brings. Naraku was watching from the crowd, and then all of a sudden he was out of the crowd. I didn't even notice that. I saw him sitting down, and then it's like at ringside. Yeah. Like, what the hell? What is this? Did he teleport? But anyway, that's so stupid. But after that, he's sitting watching. Mason Rook was also lurking around the whole story, and you could just feel all of these future challengers just circling the champion. Hendricks grabbed the chair late, but Rook stopped him, and Tony took advantage, got him back in the ring, hit the dead to rights to retain. And after the match, Naruku presented Tony with the NXT Championship, then stared down Mason Rook as the show went off the air. So he's saying, hey, title's mine next. Get on.
Yeah, so Tony beat the crap out of Cam, because I'm not saying the other word. He didn't survive nobody. You know what I'm saying? But the line of challengers is getting longer.
It is. Mason Rook has Naruku next week now, and Tony basically said if Mason wins, he can cut the line. NXT also announced a loaded show for next week. Tatum Paxley defends the North American Championship against Zarya. Mason Rook faces Naruku to see who's the number one contender. Kalani Jordan faces Kendall Gray for a number one contender match as well.
Please don't read that last sentence.
And somehow we're getting our first ever Mr. NXT pageant.
That is the most NXT sentence possible.
It really is. The title match, number one contenders matches, a monster fight, and then we have NXT Diva Search.
Pageantry.
So that's NXT. Overall, this week gave us a lot, but the big picture is clear. Sol Ruca is in the elevation story of the week. She beat Becky Lynch, became champion, and now walks into her first title defense with real momentum. Roman Reigns and Jacob Fatu under the Bloodline umbrella now, but you can see there's some tension still there. The family still feels unstable, and now Reigns wants Jey to win the King of the Ring and bring the QB1 title back to the Bloodline. But what did he say? He said, F all that QB1 talk.
Yeah.
This is Bloodline.
Yeah, Tribal Chief.
Yeah.
Oh, and then with Solo and them, he's all, them mother effers is next.
Yep. Then Oba Femi took Brock's best shot, advanced in the King of the Ring, and reminded Brock that the series is still tied. So we're going to see that here down the road. Seth Rollins beat Bron Breakker, but the Vision might have taken the bigger hit with Heyman getting speared through the barricade, which makes me think, is this Heyman getting rid off TV for a little bit? Is Logan Paul coming back in and being the mouthpiece? Because I would love to see that.
Who knows?
I would love to see Logan come back and be their manager for the time being. I could see him getting major heat and keeping that whole team fresh and just keeping heat on them.
Yeah.
Because people do like Austin Theory despite, being booed and stuff.
He got injured, right? Didn't fire him? They didn't fire Logan Paul? No. Yeah, no, but I feel you. Now, he had mad heat and Breakker got heat, but Breakker's got heat in a good way.
Yeah.
They hate Logan Paul.
So this is going to be the best way to keep the heat on that team, I feel like.
Yeah.
And NXT is now building towards Great American Bash with Lola Vice, Tony D'Angelo, Tatum Paxley, Zarya, Mason Rook, Naruku, Kalani, and Kendall all moving major spots.
Yeah, this was a week where nothing really felt settled. Title changes, tournament started, alliances shifted, and a lot of people left with unfinished business.
Exactly, and that's what keeps you watching. But that's going to do it for this week's Wrestle WreMarks. As always, like, follow, subscribe, share the show, tell a friend of me, and just let us unite for the power and love of wrestling. For Pat, I'm Chris.
And this was your Wrestle WreMarks.